Global markets in turmoil. Good morning. I am Paul Vigna. Welcome to Lunch Break. You can see the Dow Jones Industrial Average down about 450 points. Well, it opened down 1,000 points. In China, the Shanghai fell 8.5%, its worst one-day loss since 2007. And in Germany, stocks there fell into bear market territory. It is a sea of red everywhere in the globe. What does it all mean on this Monday? Brad McMillan is the Chief Investment Officer at Commonwealth Financial. He joins us now. Brad, how are you?
I've had better days, Paul, but I'm doing okay.
Right. Let's talk. Listen, I want to talk before we get into the bigger picture, I want to talk about the very opening minutes of trading today in New York. The Dow Jones Industrial Average within 4 minutes was down 1,000 points. It was really a breathtaking open. What did it mean?
It didn't mean anything in the long term. People reacted. People got the heck out of the way of what they saw was the train, and then they stopped to think. And once they started to think, they came back in.
Really, 1,000 points meant absolutely nothing. We're still down about 500 points. I mean, it couldn't have meant nothing, Brad.
It's an adjustment. It's a rational adjustment. The question I ask when I see big adjustments is this the market responding to new information? Does this make sense? Or is this panic? If it's panic, that's a problem. When you look at China and you say, okay, we're kind of working our way to what's going to happen to China in the future, dropping the market by as much as we've seen is a rational adjustment. It's a quick one, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But there's no panic so far. You know, we're not seeing people say, oh my God, the world's coming to an end. It's wait a minute. Things aren't worth quite as much as we thought they were.
Yeah, you talk about new information, and I think you're right about that. Look, we've known for a long time that the Chinese economy is not doing well. We've known for a long time that our economy is not growing at any kind of really gangbuster rate. We know what's going on in Europe. We know all the problems that are causing this market to go down now. We've known for a long time. So is it really a matter of the market was ignoring those things now? And if they were ignoring it, what changed that you are seeing the market go down now? Why now, Brad?
I think what happened now is there's been a presumption that China has generated most of the growth, okay, in the past 5 years. It's usually the U.S. This time it was China. And there was a presumption that the Chinese government really had everything under control. I think the Chinese market crash initially, and then even more the devaluation, made people say, wait a minute. Maybe they're not quite as good as we think they are. And if that's the case, we have to go back and re-examine all of the other assumptions. And that's what's happening right now.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about the Federal Reserve Board. They have the Kansas City Fed has their big confab out in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Starts this week, goes into the weekend. September, I don't have to tell you, everyone is looking at September as the time when the Federal Reserve might bring their first interest rate hike in, what is it, going on 7 years? What do you think this whole situation does right now to the Fed?
I think the Fed will have to be a lot braver than they have shown themselves to be to pull the trigger in September. I was actually on board with the September rate hike. Now I think the odds are against it. And I think the odds are moving into 2016 at this point because there's just too much uncertainty. That's not what they want to raise rates into.
So, look, the Dow on Friday, the Dow fell into correction territory. It was down 10%. S&P, it depends on where it closes today, but it will probably be down around 10%, maybe more. You're looking at the first correction in 4 years. What do you tell investors?
I would say this is normal. Things have been quiet, and that's been great, but that's not what real life is about. In real life, you have to have pullbacks. It clears out the deadwood. It cleans things up to move on to new highs from there. It's what we're seeing right now isn't abnormal. It's what we've seen for the past 4 years. Is it scary? Yes. Is it something we should pay attention to? Yes. Is it the end of the world? Absolutely not.
Yeah. All right. We will leave it there. Not the end of the world. Brad, thank you very much. I know you're busy. I'll let you get back to it.